Okay.
So why do they not call it a smart scale?
Because it's like, well, you see these metal pieces?
Yes.
So you can't use it when you're wet. Don't get out of the bath and stand on it.
Makes sense.
This is an electronic device. And when I step on it, with my feet touching all of these diodes, I feel a little like Dr. Ho in my foot.
Oh.
Just a little tingly sensation. Okay? I'm going to show you the app that it's actually paired with, so you can see how incredible this is. I'm looking down at my notes. So they call it bioelectric impedance analysis. So using these bioelectric sensors, it's able to track a whole lot more than your standard scale.
Okay.
So for $35, this tracks, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, my weight, obviously. Okay. Body fat percentage, BMI, water percentage. I can tell how much water weight I'm carrying. Fat-free body weight. What would I weigh if I didn't have all this fat?
Any fat at all, which
skeletal,
would not be healthy.
Yeah, skeletal muscle mass, bone mass, visceral fat, subcutaneous fat, protein, basal metabolism, and body age. It tells me all that.
Really?
Yeah.
From your feet?
From my feet for $35. So, of course, it's much more than just weight.
Huh. So
I'm just going to move the box out of the way here, just kind of right over there. So it looks like that, just like a scale, right?
Yes.
So it's funny. Knowing that it's glass, I'm like, I wouldn't want to step on that because I break.
Take weight.
Yep.
And obviously it does have some support in the middle there. I did see one review where somebody had broken it, and I really felt when I read that review like they didn't read the warnings. That you have to step down. You have to step down on each of these sensors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like they must have smashed down in the middle, and cracked it or something.
Right.
That's just kind of how it felt. It certainly feels solid anyways. So with all those things that it's able to track, I'm able to find out like my body's age.
Yes.
So yesterday when I first tested myself, I was 44 years old.
Uh-oh.
So
that's not bad.
4 years older than I'm supposed to be.
Right.
But that's not
by
bad.
birth.
That's not bad, but it's also not great.
It's not 60.
I kind of want to do it, except that I don't want to put my bare feet on your scale.
Well, and I don't want you to either, because I don't want it to change.
It'll be like, whoa, you're so good.
Wow, you're doing so good, Robbie.
So this is only you that can use it. Like your wife couldn't stand on it.
Could you set up multiple users on that scale?
That's a beautiful thing. Yes, you can.
Oh, that is good.
However, I'm holding my phone right now. It's paired right now.
Yes.
So if you stepped on this, it would go into my app.
I'm not going to. And because I'd have to take my socks off and step with my bare feet on your scale. And that would be weird to me.
It is multi-user, though, which I thought was cool because,
that is cool.
My wife could use it if she needed it or wanted to, but she has no use for it. She's gorgeous. So I'm going to just actually bring up the app for you, and I want to show you what the setup process was like. It was absolutely brain dead simple to get this thing paired into my phone. So jumping into that, all I had to do was just add the device, step on the scale once, and then it detected the device itself.
Cool.
Now this is going to be embarrassing. I'm going to step on the scale, and you can see it's spinning there. It's zapping my feet.
This is great. You're so vulnerable.
I'm very vulnerable right now. So there I am, 191 pounds right now.
I haven't seen 191 in
point.
That's my starting point.
That is awesome.
What that tells me, I'm going to change modes here. And I'm going to actually do this live so that you two can interact with me. So this morning, I weighed myself again, and I'm a little bit lighter, so I like my morning weight. I'm going to use that.
Weight's good.
So I only weigh myself in the morning. My morning weight is best.
So I've brought up my weight, and I look like I'm doing really, really well. I'm down 3.2 pounds from last night.
Whoa.
Okay. So it's already tracking. So by doing morning and night, it's actually tracking those trends and where I'm at throughout the day.
So your intention is twice a day.
Yeah.
To weigh yourself.
Yeah. Once in the morning, once when I'm getting my PJs on, kind of thing, getting ready for a show.
Okay.
So what's interesting here in the app is that now that it's gathered all this information, look at all that. So not just my weight, but BMI, body fat, and so on. So if I actually touch my weight, it shows me where I fall on the scale. where I should be and where I am right now.
Right. Okay.
So again, that doesn't tell me to lose weight. That shows me what is a healthy weight considering where I should be with my height and my age.
Right.
Could you use that and have displays without pairing it to a smart device?
Yeah, you can use it as just a standard scale.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if you want to just measure your weight, yeah, absolutely. Okay. But I wanted to do so much more.
Yes.
I've clicked on body fat here, and it shows my body fat is 24.5%, which is just on. I'm going to be a glass half full guy and say that that's just on the edge of acceptable. I'm not going to mention that that's just on the edge of obesity, but
wow, you go from acceptable to obesity?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big jump.
That's really mean. So I want to actually bring it down. I'm going to feel really, really good if I ever get down to like the fitness area or in the middle, low acceptable range.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So that kind of stuff helps me to just kind of start setting goals. So then I can click on all of these things and I see my metabolic age is 44 and it tells me the ideal physical body age, which today is 43, by the way. I lost a year overnight. I had a really good sleep.
This is great.
But that's only tracking after two steps on the scale. So it's going to get more and more accurate as I go. Ideal physical body age is 2/3 of the actual age. So that, again, doesn't tell me what to do, doesn't tell me what I should be doing. It just gives me, Robbie, the guy who doesn't have time to go to the gym, some kind of goal. So I can see that, okay, I would love to get down to 42 within the next couple of weeks.
Right.
And start seeing what it takes to do those things.
Yes. I can tell you as somebody who has a smart scale, that it is very motivating.
That's all I want is motivation.
It is very motivating.
And some amount of direction.
Yes.
Like knowing that, hey, I should try to get my age down to in the 30s.
Yeah.
Right.
That'd be amazing. Could you imagine? So each of these items has something else. Like if I click on muscle mass, I have high muscle mass. Been working out, as you can tell. And all that kind of stuff is here in the interface. It just makes it really, really accessible, really easy for me to understand as a kind of a noob.
Right.
Now, in order to figure out like your BMI, did you have to put in parameters such as your height?
Yes.
And, okay, so there was some configuration on that end.
Yes, which was surprisingly simple because it's birthday, height, which I just took off my driver's license. It allowed me to switch between centimeters and inches.
Right. Okay.
Right. So it was really quick to set up, really easy to pair, and awesome.
Cool.
So I'm really pleased with that. I think that's going to have a big impact on my ability to find and create some goals for myself.
Okay. Now, you said you wanted to learn more about your health.
Yeah.
So other than just seeing these stats, what does that mean?
Well, the goals that it shows. So if I fire back up my app here, so the fact that, for example, it shows this graph here that shows that if I was 165, I'd be on the high end of normal. They use the term normal, but the healthy weight for my age and height. So that can be, for me, a goal.
Yes.
Right. So I guess what the leap I'm trying to get to is how do you make change there? Because if
personally, how do I make changes in my life?
If you're just standing on that and you're looking at it going, I've tried.
Oh, it's hopeless.
Like I've tried things in the past, but now I've got something that's tracking me. Like, how do you look at that?
Positive reinforcement of it.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. It's the fact that when you make choices like, okay, instead of eating pasta noodles, I'm going to eat zucchini for dinner.
How did you know?
Right? And then you weigh yourself and you're like, oh, wait, that worked. Or instead of
but
having
one meal's not going to make a difference.
No.
So it's about long-term.
And lifestyle changes and things like that. For example, I'm going to walk my dog a little more often. Right.
Okay.
So just getting out and doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
I did, a fair bit of walking over the holidays, and really enjoyed walking while my daughter shopped. So she was doing her Christmas shopping, and I walked and walked and walked through the mall.
That works.
So just a very simple way to do something. But yeah, you mentioned zucchini.
Yes.
So my wife was making spaghetti last night, and I had already told her that I was going to try to reduce my carb intake because I read some scientific studies that taught, and again, not medical advice. I don't know all this stuff, but I'm learning. Okay, so this is for me. I learned that my body is burning carbohydrates because I'm taking in so many carbs. So then I'm not burning any fat.
Right.
But if I reduce my carbohydrate intake, it doesn't have the carbs to burn, so it's going to be burning some of my body fat. So I'm going to reduce my body fat and get a little healthier. So that's something that I want to try to do, is try to bring down my carbs. So 2 examples from yesterday that were really, really easy. So we were having spaghetti for supper. So instead of spaghetti, the sauce was already made. Pardon me. I just simply spiralized a zucchini. And I sauteed it with some garlic powder, some olive oil, and it was really, really good. It, as a spaghetti alternative.
Right.
It was like spiralized, so big, long, stringy noodles of zucchini. I know you don't like zucchini. You got to try this, dude. You got to try it. It was really, really good. So I didn't take in any carbs on that.
Can you spiralize pizza into spaghetti noodles?
I don't see why not. No, it's got a crust. That's carbs. So then later on in the night, pardon me, and I've had this tickle all week, but so forgive me.
It's going around.
Yeah. Later on in the night, I wanted a snack, and I started looking at the chip bags, and the carbs are really high, like 30 grams, 35 grams of a serving of potato chips.
Dehydrated chickpeas are way better.
Chickpeas? Okay. I've also heard kale chips.
Yeah.
So these are just little ways that just by being conscious of it, Jeff. So I'm conscious of it. So I'm starting to make decisions where I say, okay, I'm not going to have the chips because I've already had enough carbs today. So I'm not going to have 35 grams of carbs.
Right.
And that's, I'm not counting. No, I don't. I'm not counting carbs. I'm not counting cholesterol or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, okay, I'm aiming for like 50 or less carbs per day, grams. And so if I'm approaching that, then I'm just not going to have chips.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. So,
okay.
This, as you mentioned, kind of gives me positive reinforcement, motivation.
Exactly.
It lets me challenge myself in a competitive way.
Okay.
So I'm competing with myself to say, okay, can I do this? And I'm not starving myself or anything like that. I've got information about myself that I can now use to try to get healthier. Mm-hmm. That's my goal. That's what I want to try. So will you join me for that? And over the course of the next several months, I would imagine, let's see where I go. So I've set my target weight here as 150.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that's a fair goal.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to look skinny at 150.
I think so. It says that the high end of normal is 165 for me. So if I got to 150, that'd be insane.
Apparently, my ideal body weight is 192.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think I would look incredibly ill at 192.
Mm-hmm.
I am above my ideal body weight too, but I'm happy with where I'm at. Right? Like my ideal body weight, I think, is 113 or 114 or something for my height.
I would have to lose almost 75 pounds to get to that. Mm-hmm. Like, could you imagine taking 75 pounds off me? Like, I think I would look not healthy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Wow.
How much would you?
205.
Okay, yeah. So 191 would seem.
Yeah. When I look back at photos of when Jen and I were dating, I was like the 205 and like the cheekbones were in, and like I was quite, I don't know, skinny is the right word, but compared to what I am now, it was like I would, the wind blowing, Jeff's gone. So if I had to go like 10 pounds lower, be like, oh my goodness.
We are talking weight. Just for those of you who are wondering, I'm 5'8", so you can kind of get an idea where I fall at 191 pounds or 187. So I clicked on fat-free body weight, which I think is kind of interesting. Like, what if I didn't have that extra fat?
Right.
And it says that I would be 141.8. So that's kind of neat.
No, that's not right.
I don't know. I'm learning.
That's not.
It's my fat-free body weight. Hold on, let me just.
What is fat-free body weight then? Am I not understanding?
Is that like
what
if
that
you
means?
had?
No,
like,
you're right. You're right. It's weird, the fat-free body weight, but it's not normal. Like because you need some fat.
That's like if I had no fat. And
my fat-free body weight is 80 pounds.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Wow.
But that doesn't make any sense in
That's
real
just
life.
your bones.
You would actually like
isn't it like
be down.
12 to 15%?
So stick a couple pounds on there for fat.
Yeah.
All right.
Is healthy.
Very good. So I'm learning how it works.
Yours is like $100 less than mine and does all
the scale,
of the same things.
This guy?
Yeah.
I find it interesting to learn.
At the phones.
Like
I'm just going to look at my DVD.
I'm 54.5% water. Like it shows me that. So anyways, that's enough about this guy here. You get the gist of it. I'm not talking about losing weight. I'm talking about the technology and I am kind of inadvertently talking about losing weight because that's my end game. But the technology that's going to help me to do that, to stay healthy.
Will yours show like a graph over time?
It does. Yeah. More than one graph. It shows so I can click on BMI and it will show me the graph for BMI. It will weight and it will show me the graph for weight. Yeah, same kind of deal.
Same idea.
Yep.
Okay.
Same deal.
Here's the question I have.
Yes.
Why do you feel the little electrical pulse?
Well, I imagine...
Is that explained?
Well, these electrodes, so 2 of them touch your left foot, 2 of them touch your right foot.
Right, but you said you felt like that Dr. Ho...
has sensors.
Right.
Like electrical... It sends an electrical pulse through your body. So it's actually
sending an electrical pulse.
I imagine so. It must. It has to.
So you probably can't use it if
it doesn't hurt. It's nothing.
Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Pregnant or pacemaker, don't use this.
Okay. Interesting.
Children shouldn't use this.